Hello everyone, hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on this beautiful playsuit that you guys can see. And if this is your first time of stopping by, do well to hit on the subscribe button to join the family. To my own subscribers, don't mind me. Thank you very much for all your support so far, and please do well to hit and give me a thumbs up if you find value in this video. Join the family, share my videos with family and friends, and please wash my ass and let's get into the video. So for this tutorial, please don't mind me, I keep laughing, I don't know why. For this tutorial, my fabric is folded into two, and then I'll go ahead and mark a straight line to serve as our starting point. And please don't mind the noise that you guys can hear. I know it's quite disturbing. There is a construction project going on around me, and I apologize for the noise. So let's continue with our tutorial. So from that starting point, I'm going to go ahead and mark my half length. So this style is for a 8 to 9 year. My half length is at 13 inches, and then I added 1 inch stitching allowance. Then I'll go ahead and mark this line across. Once I am done with this, we're going to go ahead and mark our neckline. For this neckline, I'm marking at 3 inches by 3 inches by 3 inches for this front neckline. Then I'll go ahead and connect this for a round neck. Once I am done with this, I'm going to go ahead and take half of my shoulder measurement, which is 6.5 inches. Plus my stitching allowance. Then for my armhole depth, I am going down by 7 inches. Just like I keep mentioning, please do well to measure your child, and also this armhole depth depends on how open you want your armhole to be or how close you want your armhole to be. Then I'll go ahead and connect all these lines across to be more visible. Once I am done with this, I'm going down by 0.75 inches for my shoulder slope, and then I'll connect it to our starting point. Then for my bust area, I am dividing my bust points and my bust into 4. I will make a mark there. Then I'm adding 1 inch for ease and then 1 inch for stitching allowance. If you've seen this style, you will see that it's not fitted, so that's why I added 1 inch for ease, so that it's not fitted on the body. Then I went ahead to connect my armhole curve. Once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for my waist area. That's my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease and then 1 inch stitching allowance. I'll go ahead and connect the point coming from the bust on to the waist, and that's basically all for the tutorial for this front body. So we are going to go ahead and cut this out. Please, if you haven't subscribed up to this moment, do hit on the subscribe button, join the family. And I've already gone ahead to place this pattern on a paper so that we'll be able to cut out the back bodice. And as you see, I just cut out the side of it and then trace out my zipper area so that we'll know where our zipper starts for us to add our extension. So from this seam side, I am coming in by 2 inches. When you look at the video, you will see that I came in by 1 inch, but you're not supposed to come in by 1 inch, come in by 2 inches. 1 inch is stitching allowance, then the remaining 1 inch is what we need. And then from the front neckline, I went down by 3 inches. And then from that 3 inches, I went down by 2.5 inches. At first I did inches, but I decided to change it to 2.5 inches. And I will go ahead and connect this point to that 2 inches coming from the seam side. And then I'll connect the first one to the neckline. And then for the length of this rope, I have 10 inches, so I'll connect it to be able to be 10 inches and then make curve around it. I just hope you understand this. Just look at the video, you understand what I'm doing, and then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is what we have. After we are done, I'll go ahead and transfer this to our fabric. And while transferring this to your fabric is supposed to be 2, so you are cutting 2 pieces for it. So I'll place it this way, and I make sure I have an allowance around it, so I'll be able to add our stitching allowance. Then I'll go ahead and pin this down so that I'll keep it in place. Once I am done pinning this down, I'll go ahead and make and add my stitching allowance all around it before cutting it out. And at the seam side, remember we've already added stitching allowance, so that's why I didn't add any other stitching allowance. And just like I mentioned earlier, that's the 2 inches that I was talking about, so I replaced mine to be 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. So onto the lower part of this playsuit, we are going to go ahead and mark a straight line again for our starting point, so that we will be able to mark out our shorts for it. So for my crotch depth, I will be dividing my hip measurement divided by 4. That's what I use to get my crotch depth. But because this is a playsuit, I'll be adding 2 inches to it so that it will be able to extend onto the waist of that of the playsuit. So if it's your normal neck shorts, you can use your hip measurement divided by 4. It works. But for this, I am adding 2 inches. So from that crotch depth, I'm coming up by 1.5 inches for my hip measurements, for my hip line. Then I'll go ahead and connect this line. Once I am done with that, at that hip line, I'm going to be dividing my hip measurement divided by 4. I will make a mark there, that's 9 inches, and then I'll add 1 inch for ease, and then I'll add 1 inch stitching allowance. Once I am done with this, I'm going to go ahead and connect this line up to the waist. Then at that hip area, I'm going to go ahead and measure whatever I have there, and I'll divide it into 2, and then I'll go ahead and make a point at that place. Once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and extend this line all the way from the waist to where my shirt is going to end. Then for the waist area, because I want this waist to be wider than the waist area, I'm going to be leaving this measurement the way it is. I'm not going to be touching it. Then for my crotch extension, what I will be doing there is my hip measurement divided by 4. Whatever I have there, I will also divide that measurement by 4 again. And for my, I have about 2.1 something, but I just did 2.5 inches. That's my crotch extension. So I'll make a point there, and then I'll go ahead and connect it with my curve. Once I am done with this, since this short, I'll go ahead and take the full length of it, which is at 16 inches. If I'm not mistaken. Then I added 2 inches stitching allowance to it. I'll go ahead and connect this line. And because this short is not a fitted one at the lower part, I'll just go ahead and connect it kind of a straight form, but not really. I just gave it a bit of curve, and that's it for this short. And we're going to go ahead and cut it out. So we are going to be using this to cut out the front bodice, and you can see I've placed it on another fabric and folded into 2, and make sure you have allowance to be able to extend the back crotch. Then for the front center piece, the front center part, I'll go up by 2 inches and then I will slant it to meet the side piece, the side part. Once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and extend my crouch line as well. Once I am done with that, we are going to go ahead and take our allowance. Then for my crouch there area, I'm going by 2.5 inches, and then every other side I'm marking 1.5 inches. Remember, we've already added 1 inch at the front part. You can also do 1 inch, it's going to be fine, but I just did 1.5 inches. Reason being that I don't want this shorts to be fitted, so that's why I did 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and connect all this line and then cut this out. So once we are done with it, this video was getting so long and I said to divide the tutorial into 2. So the sewing tutorial is going to be coming up soonest. Check out for it, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me, and I will see you in my next video.